conference. Y'all, I was shook because that same morning, she posted a picture of herself standing in the middle of the street holding a Chanel bag showing off her red bottom shoes while she was sleeping on her friend's couch. And I realized in that moment that if we're not careful, we will end up comparing our reality to another person's fiction.
Talk about it.
And this is why I'm killing comparison, because too many of us are feeling like we don't measure up because the measuring stick that we're using isn't even.
Wow.
I got my swag right, feeling crispy clean. Girl, I'm the flyest mother you've ever seen. So much money I can't
Welcome back to the Hear Me Out podcast. I am your host, Michael May. And today, we're going to be reacting to another Shishazed video. Hope I said it correct. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I'm on it right now. I'm carving out the time to drop more videos for y'all guys every single day. But this video today, y'all already know. What I try to do is I try to bring you guys as much real, true stories that I possibly can to my reaction videos, right? Fair use. Zed, take your flowers. This was a great one. And I want to add on to his story, but let's get right into this one.
So what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Shishazed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
True story, successful and independent women on social media are actually suffering in silence. No more.
Now, I ain't even let him talk. Hear me out. I want y'all to understand something, right? I personally, oh man, without getting into too much trouble, I want to say 80% of the women that I talk to, that I know, that I deal with, whatever the case may be, they're struggling. On social media, they living their best life. They doing whatever they doing, but I understand and I know in real life, they're drowning. This video right here is so powerful, but I'm gonna let this rock.
Wasting time. Let's get it.
True story.
Get it.
About 10 years ago, I was planning to host a women's conference in Atlanta. And I remember at the time I was following this woman on Instagram who, she just oozed fabulosity. She was always wearing designer clothes, had the expensive handbags, was always wearing the red bottom shoes, was taking pictures in expensive restaurants. And I was like, I want her to speak at my conference because I want her to inspire women to level up their life. Well, I got a chance to call her and I was explaining my heart for the conference. And she said to me, Nona, I would love to do this, but I just got evicted from my apartment and I'm actually staying with a friend and sleeping on their couch. And I don't know where I'm going to be at by the time of your conference. Y'all, I was shook because that same morning, she posted a picture of herself standing in the middle of the street holding a Chanel bag showing off her red bottom shoes while she was sleeping on her friend's couch. And I realized in that moment that if we're not careful, we will end up comparing our reality to another person's fiction.
Talk about it.
And this is why I'm killing comparison, because too many of us are feeling like we don't measure up because the measuring stick that we're using isn't even real.
Wow.
Hold up.
Wow. Listen, this is so true.
Hold up. When I tell you guys, personally, I know people personally that their whole life, they are faking it. I'm always shouting out Joe, my boss. Big shout out to Joe. Um, he really put me on to a lot. And as a man, I try my best to play broke. Like I go through extreme lengths to be broke. And one thing I learned is women are the opposite. Women will be struggling sleeping on a mattress in a house. Like, have some of y'all guys paid attention? I look at these girls with their little physique videos. Do you look at the background, how they have clothes all over the place, mattresses on the floor, makeup all over the place? Nothing is in order. This is what their real life is. Now, I want to say this. What I don't think this lady caught on to is, I don't think that she caught on to. I think that that lady was asking for money without asking for money. I think that she was genuinely sitting there like, I don't know where I'm gonna be. Maybe you could pay me for my services, but she just didn't say it. Hey, we're not gonna assume. I'm throwing that in the air. It's a strong possibility, but I know people all over Instagram, 50K, 100K, a million subscribers, and they're lying. I know some of my fellas who they're really truly homeless. And I be hearing them on their lives talking about, yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is my house, but I just live in the basement because I gave my family the rest of the. I'm giving away too much. I'm giving away too much. I'm giving away too much. I gotta be careful. Hold on. But I know a lot of guys that'll sit there and say things like that. Nah, my family lives upstairs because I'm holding them down. No. You live in the basement because they're holding you down. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of just coming out saying the truth, like they'll lie. Like even that story about what was the girl that got outed? She wanted to take a picture in first class, but she was really sitting all the way in the back and coach by the bathroom on a plane. And they were like, yo, you mad corny. Like they outed her. You understand? Like it's things like that fellas, you gotta be careful because you wanna know what? Women really do it to a level that women only wanna post the highlights. They only wanna post the highlights that are looking like they're popping. Let's go.
So many levels. A lot of Instagram influencers, even YouTubers, right, who paint themselves like they're living a very expensive lifestyle on social media, aren't really living that lifestyle in real life. And how can you tell? Well, a lot of these women, especially the type that she's talking about, you guys have seen them. You see them.
Time out. I don't want to come completely down on women because hear me out. I know some guys that are living a lifestyle not because of them, but because their woman is providing their lifestyle. Their woman. It's one thing to work hard, but I know dudes that their woman is literally the reason why all this is happening. Because
All the time. Always on a vacation. Have Gucci and Prada on. And have all this designer on in almost every single picture. Presenting a false picture of what their real life actually looks like. An easy way to tell is ask yourself, does this person work match their level of success? In most cases with these type of women that she's talking about, it's a no. I know some people who take vacations, particularly I'm talking about women, who take vacations very, very often, who work regular jobs. And there's nothing wrong with working a regular job here, but I'm saying this. As somebody who works, you guys know, right? There's no way I could be producing content the way I do it without working hard. But I enjoy this. I really do.
now about the whole vacation thing, right? I know women that, and guys, I know people. I'm gonna use the word people from now on. I know people that they'll go on a vacation. They're not in the best hotels. They're not in the best. They'll take a picture on the beach. Oh my God, look how beautiful the sunset. Yeah, but you're not showing nothing else. You're not showing that you're staying in a Motel 6. I'm sorry, I didn't even say that. That was kind of wrong. For those who do stay in motels, I'm not cracking jokes on anybody. I'm just saying, yeah, a lot of y'all don't understand that. A lot of these ladies are penny pinching, and I've personally seen it with my own. I've seen people lie. Oh my God, I can't say everything because I'm gonna give it away. I know people I know women who buy clothes, wear it, and return it. That's pathetic. But let's keep going.
And I'm blessed and I'm thankful for you guys in specific. But I do want to say this. It takes work. It takes work. I barely have time to go on a vacation. The last time I went on vacation was 5 years ago. Last time I went on a vacation. And you'll see these women who barely work. And you don't even see what they do, but they're constantly talking about success this, I'm strong, I'm independent, get your own shit, blah, blah, blah.
But don't forget, from the beginning of the year of 2021 to 2022, right now, at this moment, I think August is where it stopped. 3 million. Listen, I'm talking about here in the U.S. 3 million women. I posted this up on Instagram. If you guys want to follow me over there, y'all already know Michael May Forever. 3 million women in this country, the United States of America, were evicted. But they out here playing around. See what I'm saying? Fellas, y'all gotta be careful, man. Y'all gotta be real careful.
But in reality, they're struggling. They're drinking tea.
No, I'll have a tea, actually.
Because they can't afford coffee.
Put that coffee down.
Right? Sleeping on, she said that same day she posted a picture of her with the Prada bag. And she was going to bring her on to motivate other women to be successful. But she's sleeping on her friend's couch. That is wild. But also very common. Can't believe these women who are out here presenting a certain type of fictional lifestyle. The crazy thing is, I'm sure you guys mostly know this. Women, on the other hand, will fall for this shit like clockwork, right? They'll look up to these women and they don't know that you don't know what that person's life actually looks like. Which is why, for myself, I admire men who work hard. I admire other people who are good at what they're doing, they're successful. But I've
You gotta admire the hardworking man. You gotta give respect. I know dudes. I will say a couple of names. I do know Success Tone. You understand what I'm saying? This man works in construction. Still comes home, had his own clothing shop. The clothing line went pretty damn good. Almost got picked up by another company. Like, it was crazy. And you know what? Hardworking man. Dealt with his hands. I know a lot of guys in this position. You understand what I'm saying? Big shout out to Vic Music Hut in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? The Hut. I seen this man start with like a little store that was like 8 by 15. Damn near bought the whole block now. 10 years later, 20 years later. It's crazy. It's crazy. But hard work. You gotta keep at it.
never thought to myself, I want to switch places with that person. Why? Because I'm always grounded in the reality that I don't know what demons that person is facing, is fighting. I don't know the reality of that person's situation. I don't know. And you
Now I will say this about what Zed said right there. I agree with him 1,000%. Why? For those that know me, a couple of years back, I'm talking about like my early 20s, my grandmother passed away, right? I ended up homeless in the street, eating out of garbage cans, right? What ended up happening was my brother Scales came, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom. I shouldn't have been in the street. I always say it. I would say more like embarrassment and my pride. kept me from asking anybody for any help or favors. And he pulled me in. I lived on Castle Hill for a little bit with him and his cousin. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, like, I I I don't want to be in nobody else's situation. I want to make the situation that I got work for me so I can be appreciative of what it is that I have. And I always tell you guys the same story, right? Beautiful, beautiful place, beautiful house. Everything is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Nice. We got cars. Everything is beautiful. But there are times where purposely I would sleep on the floor just to make myself, just to be uncomfortable, not to get too comfortable with always having to sleep on a queen or king size beds and all that. I try to always keep myself as humble and as level to the ground as possible. And sometimes I gotta remind myself, don't get too comfortable. You understand? You never know when you're gonna have to fight for your life again. You understand? But let's just keep going.
You may look at
So I don't talk down on people who are struggling at all. I don't talk down on nobody who's struggling. But if you're gonna fake jacks like these ladies be doing out here, if you're gonna sit here and be bamboozling everybody, this is where we gotta clown you. Cause you worry about red bottoms, you should worry about being at the bottom. But hey, it is what it is.
somebody and say, I want what that person is doing. The truth is, most people who are actually out here working hard, most people don't want to work that hard. If you looked at somebody who is actually successful and you said, how can I be that? I want to emulate that. And you found out how much they work. The average person would say, I don't care about being successful that much.
You know what's crazy? When I was back in New York City, right? Big shout out to Joe once again, Joe and Ahmed, right? Ahmed Abdul. I'm so sorry. I was working listen to me, 2 full-time jobs. And boy, when them checks was coming in, sheesh, it was. But you know what? I understood what it was to work hard. And it gave me this feeling of, like, if I could do it, anybody can do it. As corny and as cheesy as it may sound and it may come off, that's exactly how I felt.
I enjoy time with family. I enjoy my long walks. I want to be able to keep up with TV shows. I want to have a life. When the truth is, most highly successful people that I've met don't have a life outside of their work. And they're okay with that. They've come to peace with that.
Yep.
And that is the truth. Lots of fakes and phonies out here.
Yep.
And she was about to fall for one, which I'm glad she found out. And there are women out here comparing themselves to this.
Now I'm going to stop it right there, right? This is something that is scary because a lady had to virtually catch this woman in a lie in order to really be like, damn, I almost fell for your scam. Like, because hear me out, fellas. There are women out here that will go through, you don't understand what they would do to live the life that these women are showing on social media, and it's not real. It's not real. And it's pretty sad because they're dragging down other good women with them, and then the good women, the hardworking women, the women who respect men, who actually love men, who value men, they get dragged down with them. The ship goes down. It's not Titanic. I'll never let you go, Jack. And you get to go on a boat and drift off. No, y'all are together. Because it's a woman code. So they're going to stick together. You know, oh man, I can't say too much because then people that know me, they're going to feel like I'm taking shots. And I don't want to do that. Michael May forever. Thank you for tuning in to the Hear Me Out podcast. Till next time, we out.